Hey everybody, welcome back. This is the next episode of Two Old Roomies. You're listening to episode 4.
Wow, 4 already.
4 episodes deep, right? We're a month into this thing. And I just wanted to maybe start this episode off by giving an ode to something I'd consider a bit of a lost art. And Jordan, you may or may not agree, but I feel like as time goes on, the art of the infomercial has really changed.
Oh, I love a good infomercial.
Don't they just bring you back?
They really do.
So I just figured we could run down maybe some of our favorite infomercials, maybe go top 5 best from 5 to 1, and just, long for the good old days when infomercials were our late night entertainment, back before Xbox Live and back before Netflix, when it got to 2 a.m. and there was legitimately nothing on TV, and that was all you had. So, Jordan, what are some infomercials you remember from back in the day?
I only remember one, and it was my favorite. So, it was a Girls Gone Wild.
Jesus. Already.
Not even joking.
My mom is never, I can never,
So
she'll put me up for adoption.
anyway, obviously it was censored, but they use the little stars, to censor it. And so when I was younger, I was blown away by this. I was like, oh my goodness, I need to stay up till 2:30 in the morning every night. And then, so if you guys remember the old remotes, they had that last button on it. So it would go back to the last channel that you were on. So I would sit there and I'd be watching and I would hover my finger over that last button. So if I heard my parents' door open, just immediately back to Disney Channel, just right off the rip.
Fair enough. Very cool. So that was your favorite infomercial.
That's the only one I remember.
Do you remember Slap Chop?
No.
Really?
What is that?
Oh gosh. So Slap Chop, it was this thing. It's like a circular orb. It looks like a big egg basically, but it had blades in it, and so you could put nuts or an onion or something, and you just hit it, and all the blades go down and cut it up. But do you remember the ShamWow guy?
Oh yeah.
He was the Slap Chop guy too, and
is this before he got arrested?
yeah. So he's doing the Slap Chop ad, and he says in the ad, he goes, you could chop up this stuff. You can make whatever it is. He's like, you can make linguine, tortellini, and then he starts rhyming other stuff. He's like bikini, none of the stuff is food that he says. He's like, you can make linguine, tortellini, bikini, zucchini. He just starts rhyming, and then he is he's chopping peanuts. He's like, a ice cream shop, I'll charge you $1 for these. And then he chops these nuts, and he goes, you're going to love my nuts. Right at the camera.
No,
in the infomercial. Dude. So funny. Dude, I would watch that and just laugh and laugh and laugh. Who approved the script? He literally is up there. He's like, we're going to make America healthy again.
They probably know no one actually watches those. So they're probably just like, yeah, dude, say whatever you want.
But this guy goes, you're going to love my nuts. Then looks right in the camera and is slap chopping these nuts.
That's bold.
So funny. And then he did the ShamWow thing. And then he got in trouble for biting a stripper's tongue, I think it was.
I thought it was a prostitute.
Something like that. Either way, that guy was...
Same thing.
I mean, that's hilarious. And his last name was Offer. Offer. Born for infomercials.
Oh, yeah. What was his first name?
Vince Offer.
Vince Offer.
That's a superhero name, but for infomercial guys. So,
yeah.
Good for him. Billy Mays, OxyClean. Did you ever buy OxyClean off those commercials? Or do you remember Billy Mays? But wait, there's more.
Wasn't Billy Mays a baseball player?
That's Willie Mays.
There's a Billy and a Willie Mays?
You don't know Billy Mays?
No.
He had the beard and he wore a blue button-down shirt every time.
Is that the Art of Painting guy?
No.
Who was that?
That's Bob Ross.
Bob Ross. What a legend.
Honestly, R.I.P. Bob Ross. But no, Billy Mays, it was so sad.
Is Billy Mays alive?
No, he passed away.
Oh, man. Rip, brother.
When we were in high school. But I was a big fan of his because he had on Discovery Channel this show called Pitchman. It was him and Anthony, the British guy who pitches stuff. It was like a reality kind of behind the scenes show about being a infomercial guy.
Okay.
I was so into it. It's like my favorite show. And then he passed away while they were making the show. And I just was like, I mean, I probably cried more at like the tribute episode that they did for Billy Mays than I've ever cried about anyone dying besides a family member.
Really?
I was shook.
What about like, did you cry during the Girls Gone Wild infomercials?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every time. I was just shocked that when I found out that girls don't have stars on their boobies in real life.
Yeah.
I thought that's what they look
you've
like.
seen a pair.
I mean, no, but somebody told me that they didn't have the stars. I mean, how was I supposed to know?
Oh.
It's late too, so you're like kind of groggy. You're like, oh wow, girls have stars for nipples, like, and then you're just asleep. So, but yeah, I want to just say rest in peace to Billy Mays, because you know he brought a lot of fun to people's lives with those infomercials. It was always for 1999.
Oh, I do remember that guy. He had like the slicked hair.
Dude,
like,
his hair and his beard
clean.
looked painted on.
Yeah, he was. Oh man,
That guy was a real.
He was
one.
cool.
But it was always like he would read you the deal, like, oh, you could get 2 of these. Dude, really? You're gonna vape on camera? But he would always have like the deal, and he would be like, but wait, there's more. And then it would be like, you could order within the next 5 minutes, and you'll get like an extra like laundry detergent
Like
thing from OxyClean.
an extra fleshlight.
Yes.
2 for 1 special.
I'm talking about Billy Mays here.
He didn't sell fleshlights?
No. But you want to know something
Thinking of
funny?
the wrong guy.
Joe Rogan's podcast, like his first sponsor he ever had was Fleshlight.
You're lying.
I'm being serious.
What a champion.
I know. But yeah, Billy Mays, the OxyClean. You've seen Flex Seal, the tape?
No.
Oh my gosh. They're like, it's this waterproof tape, and it's supposed to like seal out everything. They have a tank of water with a giant hole, just gushing water, and the guy just slams the tape into it and it fixes it. I'm like, first of all, they probably shot that in reverse and had him pull the tape off. And then they like cut a canoe in half and he tapes it back together, and then it shows him canoeing.
Oh no.
I'm like, no, dude, none of this is real.
Wait, so speaking of Joe Rogan, how does our podcast rank with his? Like, how does it stand up against his?
His is probably the top 1 or 2 podcasts on the internet.
We're
probably
like third
from the bottom.
No.
Yeah.
We're third place.
So his episodes are like 3 hours long.
We're
and
bowling for bronze.
Ours are 1, and he has guests.
You can't have a 3. No one wants to listen to 3 hours.
You're right. That's why his is doing so badly.
I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, the thing is, we're idiots. He has like real people on that people care about. So
Well, we're gonna have some guests.
when he has a 3-hour episode and it's Neil deGrasse Tyson, like Neil deGrasse Tyson could go for 10 hours. And you would probably
Who is that?
He's a physicist and he knows all the space stuff. He's in a meme. You know the guy that's like, "Oh, we got a badass over here." That's that guy.
Ah.
But he's before the meme. He actually is really smart. He has like TV shows where he explains like the cosmos and stuff. So he's a smart dude. But yeah, we have no one on our podcast yet.
We're about to have AP Harris. We're about to have Michael Tyrell. Some real heavy hitters on the podcast. My mom.
Big time guest. Your mom's going to try to...
We're going to have my mom on here.
Try to say something funny. I mean, I'll have your mom on just so she can roast you.
We're going to have Adam's girlfriend, too.
Yeah, she could tell us about, like, star signs. And
I was joking. I didn't think you were actually going to go for that.
Okay. I mean, I would have her on just to debate whether or not astrology is real.
She's going to start screaming, though.
Yeah, we'll have your wife on, too, and we'll just debate astrology.
No.
Come on, that'd be funny.
They don't, like, know anything, though. You know?
All right, again. You
They're
can
not
say that again.
Educated, like us.
You can start that sentence over if you want.
Right, I can read.
I'll give
that,
you a mulligan.
Well,
here's a mulligan.
We'll edit that out.
No, we won't. You can have a mulligan. Also, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
These sunglasses on your head. What are you doing with upside down sunglasses barely covering your eyes?
It's like
Is it bright in
they're
here?
kind of like those reading glasses, you know, like where it only magnifies on the bottom. So
Okay.
then the old ladies can like move their eyeballs down.
To read.
So if it's too bright in here, I could just shift my eyeballs up and then be good. And then if not, I can just normal lighting.
So I'm going to ask you to take them off just once. And if you don't want to, you don't have to. But I think it would be smart. I'm just going to ask once.
I'm going to keep them on.
All right, you can keep them on. So my mom and stepdad, I don't know if this is anyone else's experience, but every time we go to a restaurant now, they look at the menu like this, and they pull out their phones and use the flashlight on their phones to brighten up the menu.
When people's visions, when does it start going?
Right now, I think, for them.
Really?
They have to, like, we went to the melting pot, which we could talk about how the melting pot is subpar on another part of this episode.
I've never been.
But yeah, they're like, oh, it's so dark in here. I don't even read the menu at restaurants. I just look at it and I look at one item and I go, I'll eat that. They have to read it all like it's a book, and they're using a flashlight.
Oh, don't
indoors.
bring them to the Cheesecake Factory then, because their menu's a Bible.
Well, they have their favorites there, but that's besides the point. But anyway, so the melting pot, they keep it pretty dark in there. I think it's so you don't really read the price of the food.
Is the price really small?
So I'm going to tell you what happens when you go there. Mm-hmm. The main course is...
It's an appetizer.
No, worse, my friend.
Oh, wow.
So when you order at the melting pot, you pick what you want. They bring you raw meat on a plate.
I don't like raw meat.
They bring you broth or oil in a pot that's hot, and they put it on a burner, and they give you vegetables to dump in. The meat is not marinated. It's not seasoned. You're boiling it, and then you take it out and you eat it. So what you're cooking feels cool while you're doing it, but if you were to lay it all out and just make a dish out of it, you would have boiled white chicken.
Okay.
You would have boiled steak, which is not my preferred way to cook a steak. You would have boiled vegetables, and you would have a bowl of vegetable broth or chicken broth, and then that's it. So basically, imagine if I was like, Jordan, I'm going to cook dinner for you. And then you said, and you said, you don't know how to cook. And I said, oh, yeah. And you said, yes, I do.
Don't worry. I have this bath water.
I have this pot of vegetable soup. So basically, imagine if I said you have to cook steak, but you have to cook it
in bath water,
in vegetable soup. And you would say, wait, do you mean that you are going to cook me steak and vegetable soup? Because that sounds like a nice dish. And I said, no. You have to cook your steak in vegetable soup. And then I brought you over the bill, and it was $46.
Yeah, not worth.
No, not worth it at all. So yeah, I'm just going to say
go
that.
To Taco Bell, and you know how much food I can buy at Taco Bell with $46?
Tell me how much.
I have no idea, but it's a lot of food. And it's good.
I just don't understand the appeal of cooking steak floating in soup. Like, I should open my own fondue restaurant. The cheese appetizer is good.
Here's why Adam likes to take baths, everyone, and read Reddit while he's in the tub.
I do that.
So
you're not gonna. Hey, first of all, you're not gonna embarrass me for this.
I'm not hating on you
because I'm proud of it.
Baths are nice.
I'm proud of what I've done, and I'm proud of what I will continue to do.
Okay, that's perfect.
But go ahead.
I'm pitching you an idea.
You can
take a bath, and then once you're done, you could shovel all that bath water into a big container, and people can cook their steaks in your bath ball water.
I'm gonna say this: the melting pot is better food than that.
Really?
But it comes from the same place in the brain.
Okay. Okay.
It's a pretty similar idea. I'm just saying, like, you can go there and they have a happy hour where it's wine and then the melty cheese with the bread. And if you just do that, that's fine. But why would you buy a filet mignon to cook it in a pot of water that had vegetables in the water?
I don't know, man. I wouldn't do it.
Because the whole thing about meat is you want to brown it. You want to get some char on there. Like, that's where the flavor comes from. I don't know if you ever watched, like, Good Eats. The Maillard reaction is when meat starts to burn a little, the flavor is unlocked, right?
Oh, what a wise sage.
It's like browning like even if you make soup, you're supposed to like brown the meat first in a pot before you put it in the soup. The melting pot, they don't do any of that.
It's hot.
They literally bring you a sliced up steak, and you just put it in the wetness.
You're just eating butt soup at that point.
So hard pass.
Okay.
On that. Also, there's a hot pot place around here, and what that is it's the melting pot, except the people that work there were born in Asia, and that is not much better.
I am half Asian.
Right. So you could start a hot pot place, which is literally.
Would they hire me? I was born in Orlando, Florida.
Oh yeah, they would.
Okay.
And dude, something funny that happened too. We went to this Korean barbecue place the other day, and I wasn't that hungry, so I just ordered like a side of vegetables, and the lady that worked there was like, "No, you don't want that." And I was like,
if an employee warns you about something on the menu, you don't do it."
No, she said that's not enough food for one person, and I was like, "Oh, I just ate like an hour ago." So I'll just get the vegetables and just grill them up, and I'll be fine. She goes, no, don't get that. Don't get that. You won't want it. You won't like it. She goes, get the bibimbap. And I was like, no, like, just trust me. I'm me. So I'll order my food, and then you can...
You know yourself a little better than she does.
You can go make bibimbap for you, and then you can eat it after your shift is over.
And you guys
then we'll both have what we wanted. And then she goes, no, I'm not going to bring you that. I'll bring you the bibimbap. And she brought me the bibimbap.
Okay.
And guess what I did? I ate the vegetables on the top, and I gave the rice to someone else. And I paid $4 more for it.
Wow. That's a good salesman.
It was that wasn't a sale.
She hustled.
It was forced upon me. Yeah, it was a problem.
Yeah,
not going to lie.
She played you, dude.
And then so we invited Dean to that meal, and then he goes on Twitter and goes, I'm just going to say it in all caps. I'm just going to say it. I'm just going to say it. He screams in all caps. Korean barbecue's overrated. And I'm like,
sounds like he's a racist.
Well, he was probably right, but I'm like, why didn't you just confront me on a personal level instead of taking our business to the internet?
Right.
So that happened. But I kind of agree with him. Korean barbecue is overrated because...
Okay. Adam's a racist. Confirmed.
Cooking your own meat is fine at a restaurant, but they need to do something with it. Melting pot's the worst example. They're bringing you pink raw chicken with no seasoning on it.
With an extra side of salmonella.
Right.
But
at least Korean salmon, barbecue, they're putting some sauce on it first.
Yeah.
But tell me the difference between the melting pot and a deli. A butcher. What's the difference? Nothing.
I don't know.
Except the butcher lets you cook it a good way.
Okay.
So yeah, don't go to the melting pot. Go to Korean barbecue, but tell the lady you want to order.
So Adam brought me back to tying back in with episode 1. Adam brought me to this hipster restaurant, Asian restaurant, where you cook
the one on out by Universal.
Yeah. So there's there's a grill in the middle of the table. And you cook your own food. So I'm like, okay, I'm not going to go pay for someone to bring me a piece of meat so I can cook it myself. That's what I'm paying some nice man back in the kitchen to cook it for me.
You don't want to see it.
Either one.
You don't want to see it either.
It's not
you
that
just want them to bring it out from behind the wall.
I don't want to do it, you know?
See, I have a problem with like hibachi restaurants or restaurants with an open kitchen because part of the joy of a restaurant is the mystery. Whenever I go to like Kobe Steakhouse and they're cooking in front of me,
so you want that mystery meat.
Well, here's the thing. I'm watching the guy do it, and the whole time, all I'm thinking is, I can do that. I can do that.
You can flip all the knives around?
I don't taste that. He's throwing shrimp tails into his hat. That's amazing.
Have you ever seen him throw a shrimp in between a woman's cleavage?
I have seen that, and I feel like you can't do that anymore because of the era that we're in. But I'm just saying, they're doing...
I don't like shrimp, but I'll eat that one.
They're doing tricks. No, they're doing tricks with knives, which is cool. The food does not taste better because of it. And then I'm watching them make the food, and I'm like, I could do that at home. I can do that at home. I can do that at home. And then you get the bill. $867.
800,
which is fine.
Oh.
Like you got to make your money, but I'll do it at home.
That's
but when I go to a restaurant and the kitchen is closed off and I order, and then I get lost in conversation, they bring me a beautiful dish. I go, wow. I wonder who's back there, who's doing that. That's amazing.
You want to see?
I don't want to see.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you don't want to see your boy back there is smoking a cigarette while he's cooking up your food.
Right. Because like in my head, it's Imra Lagasse back there, and he's going bam,
he's slaying it,
bam, bam, and he's making the food. But really, they're probably microwaving everything that you order. I don't want to know that. I want to pay $26 for some dish, and I want it to come out looking beautiful.
Microwaved or not.
I mean, here's the other thing. Hibachi, the tricks they're doing are cool, but then you're kind of like, nah, not really. Because like they'll take an egg, they'll roll it, and then they go, Japanese egg roll. And people that are there with you will laugh like they're at a stand-up comedy show. They'll be crying laughing.
Yes.
They'll say butterfly, and they'll throw butter across the table, and it lands and starts melting. And all I'm thinking is cholesterol. That's not funny.
I'm partial to the onion volcano.
Yeah, I guess.
I do love a good onion volcano.
You ever been to a bonfire?
I have, yeah.
Same thing.
But it's not made of onions.
Imagine if they had to evacuate the restaurant because the onion volcano went too hard and like...
set the place ablaze.
I mean, that would be kind of like poetic justice in a way, though. Like, we use the onion volcano for entertainment, and it finally gets its revenge on the people.
Right.
But, I don't know. Hibachi, I saw a great philosopher once say, Waffle House is technically hibachi. And that gave me a good hearty chuckle. But I'll say this much.
I would go to Waffle House if I wanted to get chlamydia.
I'll say this. You're not going to get it from eating the food.
You never know.
I'll say this much. I avoided Waffle House for a long time because my mom just told me that we don't eat there. It's not that good. We don't eat there. No, she didn't say it like that. She was just like, oh, I don't really like Waffle House that much. Like, we'd go to Cracker Barrel. We would go to, Perkins, which is...
Cracker Barrel.
The difference between Perkins and Denny's and IHOP is, I don't know, but we were a Perkins family, so that was it. But yeah, so I finally go to Waffle House. Open kitchen. You could see right into it. I was amazed at how clean it was. I was like, why?
Is it?
It was... Maybe I found a good Waffle House, but this place was beautiful. And the man back there was cooking with such care. Okay, first of all, why are you vaping in here? The man was cooking with such care, and I was actually surprised. Like, that was one place where I watched someone cook the meal, and the bill's like $6. I'm like, okay, I actually respect that. I back it. But then
I fucks with this heavy.
But then you go to Kobe, and they do the same thing. It's just the grill's built into the table, and suddenly $865.
Yeah, but that's $865 well spent.
Have you ever been to Buca di Beppo?
No.
Oh my God, dude, they're trying to kill you. When you order spaghetti
Is
there...
that like Texas de Brazil?
No.
Okay.
Have you ever been to Gander Mountain?
Yes. The gun place?
Yeah, well, they have canoes, right?
Okay.
So imagine if you bought a canoe from Gander Mountain, but it was filled with spaghetti and meatballs, right? And it was $9. That's what they do at Buca di Beppo. Like, they're trying to poison you and make you die in the restaurant so they can sell your body for science.
And
it's not a food restaurant.
Harvest your kidneys for the black market.
Right. That's how they make their money, because you go there and you literally sit down, and I wish I was kidding. They actually one time were out of bowls when I went there, right?
Yeah.
And sometimes like the restaurant staff will say stuff where you're like, I don't know if they should be saying this so loud, or like you kind of hear it in passing. You're like, ooh, wish they didn't say that, right? I literally hear from the kitchen, hey, yo, Vin. Hey, yo, Vinny. We're out of bowls. And the guy goes, hey, go to Gander Mountain and get some canoes. Like, we'll have to do it, right? So I order my food, right? I'm telling you a story. Please don't laugh. They bring me, please. I'm trying to tell a story. They bring me my spaghetti and meatballs in a canoe, right? And then I say, sir, do you clean it? Oh, no, this is a bowl. They tried to pretend that it wasn't a canoe from the store.
I don't know if I believe this.
It had a price tag on it, and it said canoe, fiberglass. And I said, sir, you can't, is this like the health inspector approving this? He said, oh, this is a bowl. I don't know what you're talking about. This is our normal serving. Why are you laughing? This is a real story. Right, so anyway, I had to go to the hospital. because I ate so much spaghetti. And the doctor had to literally pump my stomach. He said, you filled your stomach completely with spaghetti. There was no room for any enzymes or stomach acid anymore. It was a complete,
just all spaghetti.
A complete sphere of spaghetti was
that
in
happens
there.
to me every day.
Right. So I don't know why you're laughing at that story. It's not funny, but I overheard them say, go get a canoe. And then the server was lying and denying the whole thing.
Did they make money on the sale after buying the canoe to use it as a bowl?
Oh, they sold my kidneys after.
So
that.
you have 0.
I have one kidney.
One. Okay.
They probably got 40 to 50 grand for that kidney. So,
okay.
I mean,
that's a good return.
The margins are good,
that's a very good return on your investment. Mm-hmm. So I respect it.
So just if you go to Buca di Beppo, like bring an IV or some kind of smelling salts so you don't pass out because the carbs are insane. Like the fettuccine Alfredo from there, the noodles are so thick you can only eat one at a time. They're like fruit by the foot.
Wow.
It's insane. So
impressive.
Go there if you want at your own risk, but you might wake up in an ice bath with one kidney.
Or 0. Or depending if you're really unlucky.
Yeah, if you got nice kidneys. But yeah, it's a good restaurant, I guess, other than that.
Okay.
The canoe, it was weird, though, because I said, can I keep this canoe? And he goes, sir, that's a bowl. And I said, can I keep the bowl? And he said, no, we need it for the restaurant business.
Okay.
So.
Oh, I want to go back to, remember we were talking about when people's eyesight starts going bad?
Yeah.
So I always ask my mom and my dad about it because they both have terrible vision, like bad, dude. And I don't need glasses. Like I've never, except these sunglasses to block all the haters. But so I asked my mom, like I told her, I was like, I don't think I'm ever going to need glasses. And she's like, oh, me and your dad thought the same thing. And then I was reading in the dark and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, but when did your eyesight start going bad? And she was like, oh, I think I was like 19. And I'm like, I'm about to be 27 and I have 20/15 vision.
Right.
So I'm like, do you think I'll ever need glasses? Because I don't really want them.
You would look good with glasses, though.
No, I know.
It would be like that lumberjack hipster kind of thing. Like you could get some Wayfarers.
Right. I don't
the
mind.
3D glasses.
I would like if someone told me to wear these fake non-prescription Wayfarer looking glasses just because to complete the look, I'd be like, all right. But I don't want to depend on glasses. I don't want to need glasses.
You ever know someone where they have really bad eyesight to where their eyes look humongous when they wear glasses?
Yes, dude.
But then you get used to it. And then
they take them off and they look like a freak.
They look like the SpongeBob when his eyes get tiny.
Yeah.
And like Larry or Pinhead Larry or whatever. Oh man, there was this kid we went to high school with that did that, and I never saw him with his glasses off until one day he finally did, and I could not believe how small his eyes looked compared to his normal everyday. And I'll never forget that.
You just think like he's supposed to look like a bug.
Yeah.
Like he's supposed to just be this big-eyed looking ass.
But the right pair of glasses can elevate your look to an extreme level. Like dudes who are on extreme makeover, like straight ugly dudes, they just give them glasses and then they'll win the Bachelorette like the next day.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Some dudes just takes that look up to the next level. I don't really know.
Like me with these upside down Ray-Ban Wayfarers.
Yeah, so I know I said I was only going to ask you once. But I'm going to ask you just one more time.
I can't do it.
You said you're 27?
About to be.
You're about to be 27. Right. So I'm just going to ask you one more time. Why are your glasses upside down, and can you just take them off?
You know what? I think this would be an opportune time to post that picture of you on Pirates of the Caribbean at Disney with your glasses upside down.
All right.
We're gonna put that in. So if you're not watching the video, watch the video right now.
I'll do it if you take them off. Just take them off. It'll be okay. Just show the people your peepers, you know? Well, thank you for doing that.
So you got to do it.
All right, I'll do it. I'll figure it out. I mean, this episode, so I'm going to be out of town for like a long time. So we're kind of backlogging episodes. So this one, I have 3 weeks or 2 weeks to find that picture.
Oh, man.
So I'm doing good.
This has been a crazy work week. I've been here for 3 hours already.
Yeah, we're on our third podcast in a row.
And I'm exhausted.
Captain's Log, podcast number 3.
I'm beat. I'm ready to go
This
home.
guy's out of ideas. But I'll just keep rolling.
Oh, okay, wait, here we go. Let's when do dads feel like it's necessary to start wearing the white and navy blue New Balances?
And when do dads find it necessary to start tucking in every shirt?
Right. Yeah. So I feel like no matter how old I get, I would never buy a pair of those New Balances. But we'll see. In like 10 years, if we're still doing this podcast, and if I end up buying a pair, I'll make sure to tell you.
So here's my thought. My step grandpa that's such a funny thing to say. My step grandpa. My step gramps. He's in his 60s, 70s, something like that. 70s probably.
Is he
late
still
70s.
wearing Vans?
No. So this guy will not stop playing. Dude, are you really vaping on camera right now? This guy will not stop playing like intramural sports. And he is old. So he's on a softball team. He's on a racquetball league. He has gotten his shoulders operated on so many times just since I met him a couple of years ago, but he refuses to get a new hobby. Like, he's literally playing like center field in this league, and he's getting his knees like chopped off and put back in with metal knees. Will not quit. So he has to wear those New Balances because they're the only shoes comfortable enough for him with his metal knees.
Right. And he's to the point, he's old enough to the point where I would be like, okay, that's fine. You
Right,
know?
but if someone's
a
30,
young dad.
if they're 30 and their kid's 3.
Yeah.
Okay, here's the thing. If you're running the grill at the 4th of July, you're on your feet. Like, when people work at a restaurant, they wear lame shoes because they need anti-slip.
Yeah.
They need comfortable shoes. If you're running the grill the 4th of July, 6 hours,
You need those non-slips.
But you don't want to wear black because summer. So that's when you buy those New Balances. When you're the grill master.
Really?
That's when it is. I really think so. And then you're tucking in the shirt, right? Because you don't want your shirt flapping around while you're grilling. It all kind of ties in with that.
Yeah, like everything hits you at once, kind of.
Well, there's the one 4th of July where your feet hurt. You're like, I can't wear flip-flops doing this, right? So maybe you buy like some fishing shoes or some...
What about like a nice pair of off-whites?
Right. Yeah, some nice pair of off-whites for manning the grill. Some $900 Nike collabs. Yeah. And then you go, okay, you know what? Next year, I'm going to do better. And that's when you maybe start investing in some more shoes that are like comfortable, ergonomic.
But can they not? We're at a point in the world where technology it's just improved so much. It's, you can have a robot wipe your butt. Your car can drive you.
Excuse me?
While you're in the back seat.
A robot that wipes your butt?
It's got to be out there.
It's out there.
But are we not at the point in technology where we can make a comfortable shoe look cool?
Well, here's the problem with that. Part of the comfort is letting go of the looks. You have to accept, hey, comfort is a priority. You have the peace of mind that comes with that, and then you can truly embrace the comfort. Because the best looking shoe might be like a desert boot, or maybe like a little high top action, right? Or maybe something kind of slim. So you're not...
Or my Gucci slides.
So you're not going to be mentally in the space to get as comfortable. You have to let go of the material world. And that's where the true comfort comes from.
To really just...
To embrace the comfort.
To embrace the New Balance.
See, New Balance is killing me because I'm on Facebook and their ads are so funny. Like, they'll have a picture of like the most dad white shoes with the in on them, and the caption will be like, your day just got better, shop our new collection now. And the comments are just like hundreds of people like LMAO the Grillmaster 3000 or who knew my grandpa's shoes were gonna be on my Facebook today. And then
at least they're embracing it though.
Oh, it's so funny.
I respect it.
It kind of makes me want to buy them. But then, Kawhi Leonard, like, they won the NBA Finals, and he had that thing, like, I'm a fun guy. You saw that interview?
No.
Oh my god.
I don't even know who Kawhi Leonard is.
He's the best player on the Raptors, and they just won the finals.
But
he's like a boring kind of dude. Like he doesn't have like a big media image. So they sit him down and literally they're like, what are some things you like enjoy about your personal life? And tell us about that. And he goes, I'm a fun guy. I don't know.
He's a fun guy? Like a fungus?
Like that's what he said. He literally said, I'm a fun guy. I don't know. Like that's the kind of question you kind of have to get to know. Ask me.
Was he making his profile for his speed dating?
Right.
Like,
but then
profile?
But he's a New Balance athlete. So, like they had an ad that's like fun guy mode activated. And it's like
and then he turns into a mushroom.
And it's him wearing like the New Balance and stuff like that. It's so funny.
I keep wanting you to go towards like, instead of like actually saying fun guy, I want you to like go towards like a fungus meme.
Right. Like a mushroom.
But you're not going there, are you?
No, I'm not
okay.
going to. But yeah, you literally, I'm a fun guy. You're like, okay, dude, so fun.
Oh,
hilarious.
Fungus.
You got to look at that clip up, man. His laugh. This is old news, but he literally goes like, I'm a fun guy. That's just the kind of question, you have to get to know me to ask me. And he goes like, I don't even know where you sitting at.
I like turtles.
No, he goes, I don't even know where you sitting at, because it's a big press conference. And he goes, no, and like laughs at his own joke. Dude, it's so funny. I'm gonna pull it up. I'm gonna pull it up right now. It's so funny, dude.
Should we?
Yeah.
We're in the middle of the potty, dude.
Dude, it's so funny. And every podcast ever already reacted to it, but I don't even care. I'll play the audio so I want to get your.
Are our fans gonna be able to hear this?
Yeah. Kawhi Leonard laugh.
I don't know if this is the right direction.
Dude,
we should be moving.
I'm gonna put the mic. Here you go. It's 37 seconds.
Yourself, and what would you like people to know about you?
I'm a fun guy. Obviously, I love the game of basketball. I mean, it's just more question you have to ask me in order for me to tell you about myself. I just can't give you a whole spiel. I don't even know where you're sitting at.
He's right there.
There you go.
No way.
Dude, the best laugh. Just so funny. I'm a fun guy. But yeah, New Balance, low-key killing it with the ads. So keep it up. I mean, they're embracing the meme of the grilling shoes. So I respect it. But tucking in the shirt, why do people do that? Like, I feel like every high school had a kid who would tuck in his like shirt every day, no matter what,
dude.
just because they wanted to. Who's telling them to do that? Who's telling you have to tuck in your shirt? You're 14.
Well, at ours, did you? Because like, I've been to two different private schools. I met Adam at one of them, and then, but I spent the majority of my schooling years at a different one. We had to tuck our shirts in as part of the dress code.
Right, so did we.
Okay.
But then they would give us like casual day for a reward.
And like the nerds would
and
still do
some
it.
of these kids would like basically, I mean, our uniform was like a blue polo shirt with the school's logo, khaki shorts, tucked in shirt, belt. Kids on casual day would end up wearing like a blue collared shirt, khaki shorts, tucked in shirt. I'm like, bro, it's casual day, not biz cash, like job interview day. You're wearing the uniform, but without the logo. So it's like you didn't even care about casual day.
Yeah,
it's not even a
you're
reward
a
to some of these
casual
kids.
Day fan.
No. And also, can I just say how lame it is that was how they would reward us for good behavior? Oh, you can
Like where you can
pick
wear
your
normal clothes.
Literally stuff that 99% of kids get to do every day.
Oh, I wish I would have gone. Like, don't get me wrong. I met like a lot of the teachers at my private school. You know, like I still keep in contact with a lot of them. Most of them were my friends' parents and stuff. But a part of me wishes I had that public school experience.
Oh,
you know?
yeah. Like, just bring guns to school and, like, knives and drugs.
I don't know about that.
That's what my mom said that we had to go to private school for. She was scared. Scared of public school. Like, real scared.
She said, no, dude.
No. And she was like, okay, this is what freaked us out. We went to tour the middle school in our town, and they had, like, a daycare for the the student moms and stuff. I was like, what? And my mom was like, you're not going there.
Oh, they had a daycare for the
The
students'
kids.
children.
Yeah. And my mom was like, we're not going
That's
there.
hardcore.
I'm like, okay, mom, first of all, I'm a dude, so it's not my problem.
Which one of the teachers was the dad?
First of all, put your sunglasses back on because I don't want to look at you. But
Boom.
yeah. Dude, okay, also, I went to that private school, right? It was so far away from my house. You know how many private schools we drove by to go to the one I went to?
Dude, you're telling me?
Yeah, you live
Bro.
out by the airport.
Yeah, I literally had an hour journey to school.
To school. See, but that's something kids that went to public school maybe don't appreciate about that private school life is like, I'll say, oh yeah, I had to drive myself to school every day and then drive half an hour back. And they go, you drove half an hour to school? Bro, I literally jumped. Kids will jump from their doormat to the first period seat. They just do it in one leap. Because private schools are every 5 miles. You know, it's zoned by what neighborhood you're in. They'll ride a bike there because they just don't feel like walking that day.
Yeah, dude, yeah. I drove past so many other schools.
It's like the problem with being a coffee snob. You know how many Starbucks I drive by on the way to my favorite shop?
Oh, my favorite is Starbucks, so I just stopped there.
Yeah, thanks for picking this up, by the way.
Yeah.
The only reason I'm drinking this is Jordan brought it, and I appreciate it. I appreciate it a lot.
Yeah.
I would have made my own coffee otherwise. Don't get the wrong idea. Not hating on anyone who likes Starbucks. Just, it's my third choice.
Starbucks is the best. Number one.
Go ahead and tell the people what you order.
I order
A milkshake. Sorry, I interrupted you. You order a milkshake.
A venti iced white mocha. And according to my wife, the white mocha is the sugariest drink they offer.
So I'm just going to throw this out there. If you put that drink you buy in the blender and you blended it up and poured it in a cup and handed it to someone in the 50s, they would go, oh, I do love me a good malt. Because that's what you're drinking. You don't like coffee.
It's very sugary.
It's a milkshake.
I do. I love coffee.
You like milkshakes.
Let me try that coffee right now. Here we go. First challenge. First food challenge. Oh, my God. Oh, it tastes like cigarettes.
Yeah, but I'm trying to quit.
Oh,
So I have to switch to that. Bro, that's how we'll get people to quit cigarettes.
dude, that tastes disgusting. I used to smoke,
yeah, it tastes
and that
good.
tastes awful.
I mean, it's Starbucks espresso, so a little cloudy, a little heavy on the clouds.
Where's the sugar and the cream?
Jordan?
It's awful.
It's in Italian especial.
Oh, God.
Espresso does not need the sugar.
The Italians don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, especially
With
not
coffee.
Mario and Luigi. Literally the two guys that know what they're doing the most. Dude, with the glasses, every time I look at the screen.
You told me to put them back on.
Take them back up. Take
dude.
them back up. I can't stop
I
laughing.
can't keep switching.
Dude, just switch.
No,
It's fine.
gonna
It'll
be
prove the podcast is live and not edited if you take them off and put them back on, you know?
Or they can just hear you telling me to take them off and then be like, oh, it's live. It's raw, uncut. That's what we're here for.
Yeah.
No edits, except that comment that I made earlier.
Dude,
On
no
the
edits.
last video.
No edits.
Okay, no edits.
No
then.
edits. But yeah, Starbucks. This is. I'm going to teach you something about espresso, Jordan. It's very important. The Italians take it very seriously. I have a buddy from Italy, right? He lives in Italy. His name is 17 names put together. His name is like Nicholas Di Sorbetto Di Lorenzo Lavaschia, right? A long name. That's
Wow.
how you know he's really Italian, okay? Every single morning, he wakes up, and the very first thing he does is he grinds espresso by hand with a crank, okay? With a crank.
With a crank.
Manually, right?
What is this, 1865?
I'm not done. He weighs it, right? The powder, the fine powdered espresso, which is, it's important to weigh it and not measure it with like a spoon. And the reason why, listen closely, powders, you shouldn't measure them by cup or by teaspoon because powders get air in them. They can be compressed. They can expand, right? 1 ounce of espresso is always 1 ounce, but 1 teaspoon could be an ounce or it could be 1.4 ounces. You never know, right? So anyway,
So we're going with the old grams.
You
We're
weigh
weighing
it.
it.
You weigh it, right? Mm-hmm. It's very important. I hope you're listening.
I'm listening.
You put it in the mocha pot, right? You use cold, fresh, pure water in there to boil.
Not bath water.
You do not start
Not Adam's
with
ball
warm
bath
water. Right. This isn't melting pot. This is important stuff, right? And then you want to get that espresso going on the stove. You want to get it boiling, right?
Come on.
And then
it's
you just
coffee,
pour
bro.
it and you just drink it straight up. If you put anything more than a thimble of sugar in there, you are insulting Italian heritage.
Oh, no.
Okay? And the reason is this. You want to be able to really taste that roasted bean, okay? Some guy named Giuseppe did not stand there and roast the beans so you can put it in a milkshake. Giuseppe Starbucks is not in there roasting beans
Starbucks.
so that you can put it in your milkshake. I mean, it's okay that you're doing it. You're still a goodish person. You're an okay person.
Okay.
But I'm just saying, respect the craft a little bit. I'm saying if somebody took the time
I respect it. I
to
just
make
don't like it.
a root beer by hand, the first thing you would do is drink it from the fridge. The first thing you wouldn't do is scoop some Bluebell ice cream into it, make a root beer float, let the ice cream melt, let it sit by the pool, and then throw it in the garbage, which is what you're doing when you drink a Starbucks milkshake.
Starbucks is no. I'm not gonna let you lecture me on my coffee choices.
Tell me what's wrong with this. Taste it again and tell me what's wrong with it. I want the pure, unfiltered words.
It's very bitter.
Okay. You say that, well, first of all, thank you, is what Giuseppe would say, because it's supposed to be bitter.
It's gross, dude. It just tastes like butt soup.
All right, I'm going to give a real review.
It tastes like your ball water. Oh, you just spilled it.
Oh, didn't spill it. We're safe. Starbucks iced Americano. A little cloudy for my taste. A little bitter. I'm going to give it a solid 6, though. And I'll say this much, Jordan.
Adam, we are rambling on the coffee.
When
we
you
talked about
learn,
coffee before.
when you learn to appreciate a good bean, a good roast, then we can really start our friendship.
His passion about these beans is astounding.
Right now, we're acquaintances. We're podcast co-hosts. Okay,
Yeah. I mean, we've
fine.
known each other for 10 years.
That's all good and well. You know who else
Okay.
I've known for 10 years? Principals of schools I went to. My weird neighbors, known them for 10 years, right?
Okay.
So time doesn't always mean closeness. I'm just saying, when you can appreciate a good bean, and I really see that third eye open up, that coffee eye, that brown eye of yours, when I see that brown eye open up,
That whispering eye.
that whispering brown eye,
that brown balloon knot.
when I see that brown coffee bean eye just open up, right?
And just accept
And
whatever's
just
about
accept
to...
what's coming, right? And I see that look in your face when you truly appreciate a good bean. And there's no innuendo in this. I'm saying this from a purely coffee perspective.
Oh, man.
If you can open that brown eye of yours and really accept what's coming to you, which is a nice bitter taste, just straight to the palate, okay? Then we can have a real conversation as peers, as people on the same level,
All
okay?
right, we got to tone the coffee down a little bit.
All right. I'm
right,
sorry
I got
that I
a
got
question for you.
passionate. I'm sorry about the passion.
No,
it's
no,
just
it's
important
fine.
to me.
I appreciate
It's just
it.
important.
Yeah.
I've had too much coffee today.
Yeah.
But anyway, go ahead. You have a question for me.
So, have you ever noticed how females in America either have one of two middle names? It's either Marie or Anne.
Catherine, also throw it in there.
Catherine? All right,
Top
that's
three.
a loose third.
Top 3, but it's 99%.
So, I think when a mother is birthing a female infant right out of her vagine
Ooh.
into the world,
Wow. Family
And this-
podcast, as I said.
you were just talking about my brown eye. So
That was pure coffee.
So the doctor's pulling it out, and then he's like, all right, you have one of two choices for her middle name. Would you like Marie or Anne?
Sometimes they
Is that
get
a thing?
bold and they speak up and say, we'll take Kate.
And then
Or
he goes,
Catherine.
no, that's not an option. You get Marie or Anne.
They say, we were thinking Elizabeth. And then they say, it's Anne or Marie, right?
Yeah, and then he's like, I'm sorry, that is not on the list of options.
So, have you ever been to a place where they make poke and they give you check boxes like, do you want brown rice, white rice, whatever? You're saying they hand you that with the baby, and it says 50 first names, middle name just 3, 2 to 3.
So for millennials, the first names now are like North, Stormy,
Sprayden.
Yeah,
Just names that end in D-E-N.
Sub-Zero.
Absidy, A-B-C-D-E, spelled
Master
out.
Chief.
Yeah.
Aladdin.
It's bad. But then it's like Aladdin,
And then
Kate.
So then that's the list of first names, and then the middle name it's like Marie or Anne for female babies.
So Sue Ann's middle name's Catherine. I hope that's what it is, because we're on a podcast.
We're treading dangerous waters.
You said, which two did you say? Kate and Anne?
No, Marie.
Marie
or
and
Anne.
So all the girls I know, all of them, all 30, their middle names are Kate or Catherine, Anne, Elizabeth, or Marie. Those are the only 4 that I can think of at all. And 99% of them are Marie.
Yeah. Okay. And so for the Marie ones, have you noticed on Facebook they don't put their real last name on their Facebook name? It's always blah 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 Marie.
Emily Marie.
Emily Marie.
It's like, first of all, you have a
Caitlin
last
Marie.
name, use it.
Yeah.
You're not different from all the other Emily Maries. There's 100 of you in my friends
It's
list.
impossible to find the right one
When you're trying to stalk them?
If someone
Jordan?
If someone was like, "Oh yeah, add me on Facebook. My name's Emily Marie." Good fucking luck.
You
dude.
better have 50 mutual friends or I'll never find you.
Exactly.
No, I agree. And the other thing that weirds me out about girls and their middle names is they always say, guess my middle name. And you go Marie. And they go, oh, how'd you know?
Yeah.
Oh, because it's everyone's middle name.
Yeah.
It's all Marie.
I'm pretty sure my wife asked me that. She was like,
Wait,
"Oh,
is her middle name Marie?
No." She goes, take a guess what my middle name is. And I go, let me see. You look like an Ann. And she's like, how did you know? And I was like, it's a 50% chance. I just rolled the dice.
Does she know probability? Yeah, it's crazy.
Exactly.
And here's my thing, though. Do anything else. Name them anything else, and let's see what happens. Just toss it out there. Like, try a different middle name and see where it takes you.
Yeah.
But it's just weird, too, to me, because girls will do that whole name thing on Facebook, and then they'll post something, and, like, I have 2 Tessa Maries in my friends list. And neither one of them, that's their last name. And then I'm like, okay, which one of you is this? Now I have to load your profile.
Is Joey's wife going to listen to this and be upset?
Well, now she is. We didn't know if that was it or not. I don't know. Why do girls go by their middle name as their last name? Can we ask a girl that?
When this podcast drops,
ladies,
just comment on the video and just let us know.
Let us know why your Facebook
just hit
name
us
is
with
that.
some knowledge.
I'm gonna guess it's because they don't want creepy dudes finding them.
I mean, yeah, that's true. But
Also, sorority girls, when they're in charge of the pledging, I don't know, whatever, anything to do with that, paying for your friends sorority thing, they have to change their Facebook name so that they can't find it because they don't want to judge them based on their social network. So they all go private and change their names. So that might be part of it. Yeah, I know, but whatever. If you're buying your friends at college, guess what? Tons of free friends there. Just look around you. You'll find them. But you could pay for some if you want. That's cool too. Like, if you got the money to spare, then do it. But yeah, girls only have 2 middle names. That's a fact. We're creeping up on an hour, so we pretty much cruised through this one.
Yeah, this one went by quick.
This one went by good. This one was rolling. But yeah, girls only have...
spent 45 minutes talking about beans.
Dude. First of all...
No, okay, I'm sorry.
It's important.
All right, thank you guys.
And we need to appreciate Italian tradition.
I want to thank all of our...
Sponsor.
We have 1 subscriber at the moment, and then the other 5 are...
Our friends.
Our friends or me. So, yeah, thank you guys all for the support and all the love. We appreciate it. And we will see you next week.
We'll see you next week. Thank you guys for coming. Peace.